You actually need to put the blood, sweat, and tears into it too, rather than just the money.
Absolutely.
Yep.
How long have you been in our current guild, Darkestnyte? The Archmage Warriors.
I joined a little over a year ago.
A little over a year ago. And how long have you been in your guild, Godziel?
I think since January. I think we brought one another, right? Darkestnyte, are you the guild leader of AAD?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm one of the co-leaders.
Founding members.
Not even a founding member. I joined. I think they've been around since 2019, and I just joined them because of the name. Right, I had no idea they were as cool as they were. Super smart guys, and they are to this game. Like, you have no idea. Like, they are super dedicated. So we just kind of clicked. I think the thing for a guild, the most important thing for a guild, is having people that participate. Right.
Yeah.
We usually we do a purge every month and a half or so. And if people aren't active and participating, we just said, nope, we'll make room for people that want to participate. And we'll take the hit in ranking at any time, right? But getting quality people to participate is, I think, better than anything else that we have.
Yeah, I think I'm having like trouble recruiting like players who have the ranking. Having the ranking is easy, the easy part. No, players are in 3,000, 3,002, 3,004 rating. But when it comes, it may not translate to Brawl performance, as well as the cards you need for Brawl. Certain Brawl cards are so important, and they can only be gotten through, the Gladiator's pack. And I think the community is quite slow to realize how important the Brawl cards are. I still feel that people are lagging behind the Brawling and Guild, And recently I've just like coaxed like 3 of my friends, like, hey guys, you really got to start Brawling to get those cards. And then they were like, it's okay, when I got time, I would just Brawl. When I told them that the Brawl is just like almost once a week. And when they got started, they got hooked because you realize that you get to earn cards that money can't buy, and you can't transfer them. And the feeling of getting a Brawl card, like a Brawl Legendary, like Gladius Legendary, it feels like way better than Chaos Legion, I feel. like, because these are cards that will give you a huge advantage in Brawl, and you are really, winning. It's like a PvP directly that will benefit your entire guild, and the merits that you earn, the crowns that you earn, will just benefit the guild, and everyone gets to rip over open packs every week together, and that's really fun. But I think the players are slow to catch on this Brawl fun,
Yeah,
I absolutely agree with everything you just said. In fact, to your point, my son just got his first legendary Brawl card, gladiator card, and it is a Tatiana, the legendary neutral card, which is, when I saw it, I said, really?
Yeah.
And I'd never even seen it used before.
I don't even have it as well. I don't even have a single legendary gladiator card.
If you want to bring it up,
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, absolutely incredible.
So Tatiana, there you go.
Look at that. That is incredible.
That's insane. An insane card. Like, wow.
And you can use it in any or almost any Brawl, right? That'll be definitely the front position, right? And then get a heal in the back of it, and maybe get some protect.
Equalizer. Yeah, in Equalizer game, this would just win the game by itself, I think. Like, it would just probably win on its own. It's just so sick.
And then later, it goes up levels, right? I mean, that thing. I mean, it might be years before you see a max level of that, but that's a card money can't buy.
I think that's kind of the beauty of like the guild and the Brawl system, is that you can't really buy your way to the top. Nobody can just come in and, spend $1,000 or tens of thousands of dollars to like get the cards that they need. Like, you can do that in the regular game, but if you want to be competitive in Brawls, which again makes me so bullish about what they can do with Brawls in the future, if they can create some like awesome competition here, because then it's not going to be like, it will never just be who can come in and spend the most money. It'll be who can come in and has been around for a while and has the account with the brawl or the brawler deck or the gladius deck, I should say, that can really make a difference in some of these games.
So imagine having streaming really real esports, gladiatorial games, right? And can't buy your way to the top. You have to have, through blood, sweat, and tears, put in the effort. And I think those will be the true celebrities of the game, right?
Yeah, like the past brawl, like I participate in the Gold Foil Bronze Fray, and because I've only been brawling for like 4 months or so, my collection is pretty limited, especially it's limited to Gold Foil cards, right? And the last brawl, I managed to beat someone who was 21 million CP power.
Feels good,
and another guy who was 6 million CP power. The win is just, you just can't describe. Like in normal rank battles, I would just lose to them. I'll be like, yeah, that's normal, like I don't have a chance. I don't have a fighting chance. But in Brawl, you have, because especially in Bronze where the level is capped, right? Then tactics and strategy really can give you a glimmer of hope. And when you pull through, wow, the win is sweet. The victory is sweet. And it's really fun. Yeah.
So we'll see what the future holds for this. And they are going to work on this, right? They're going to do some updates to it. But even as it is now, it's still a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, even just there's SPS set aside, right, as part of like the distribution method. So at some point in time, there will be SPS distributed to Guild Brawl winners or Guild Brawl participants, I should say. So leveling up and trying to create, whether it's leveling up your own Gladius deck through guilds, or whether it's leveling up the guild that you're in or helping to level up the guild that you're in, I think is going to be really important. Yeah. So I know Godziel, you are the leader or one of the co-leaders of your guild, at least.
Yeah.
What have you seen in terms of I guess guild participation, guild interest over the last maybe month or two? Do you have any insights from that? So I recently joined AAD. So it's been fun to see how that's kind of grown and even churned over, right? So Darkestnyte wasn't kidding about the purge. Like we were a top 10 guild. He sold me on us being a top 10 guild when I joined, and then all of a sudden we're like at 30 something, and I was like, well, how did this happen?
Well, we dropped 60. We were in the 60s.
Or we dropped to the 60s, and I was like, wait, did I make the wrong decision? What happened? But it's really like there's.
Do you want to come over?
No,
we're not there anymore. So
no, I'm happy where I'm at. But I'm just curious if you've seen anything, and if you've had to go through these purges just because of like inactivity, and how the conversation in the guild has been, because that's probably been the biggest thing for me, is just kind of like the sub discussion that happen, or like what were the sub communities is what Weirdbeard was talking about, right? Where it's just like you have a bunch of people who are like interested or similar mindsets within the game, and just a place to discuss that.
Yeah, I think for the Pig Monsters Archon, which the guild that I like sort of manages, months back it was just a feeder guild. As a feeder guild, there is no co-leader, there's no general in the guild. It's just any Pig Monsters users get to join in, and you can just brawl and play until someone steps up to run the guild. So when I joined, I was just a member. It was a feeder guild with just all sorts of players, some with cards, some just ran, some everyone was just all over the place. So when I took over the guild and start running it as like a co-leader, then I had to go through like an entire purge and recruitment exercise, which was difficult because I would say everyone else there was more senior than me in terms of the time being in the guild. But I stepped up to run the guild because I see, that there is potential. So I had to do like a slow purge because I respect the seniority in terms of how long they have been in the guild and the contribution to the guild in terms of past brawls, as well as the crowns that they have contributed. So I wasn't able to like, okay, you don't make the mark, out you go. And I think that would be cruel and unfair to these players who you have contributed in one way or another. So the purge for me was over a period of time of about 4 months, where I put a base requirement after about a month, saying that the minimum power will be silver 3, silver 2, because I want players who have at least some cards. At least you can participate in the novice phrase or the bronze phrase to contribute to the guild, because we do not need you to pay a single DEC to the guild. So the least you could do is participate. So that was the bottom line. And then as I was playing in Gold League, mainly in Gold and Diamond, right? Then I start to invite players that I come up against that have a decent collection of cards but do not have a guild. And I start to invite them in, test them out. If they're in, first is I want to know if they're interested to brawl. If you're not interested to brawl, then there's no point to be in the guild in the first place. So, and then the recruitment was really slow, like maybe one player a week. And now the guild is still not max, right? Still 20 out of 21. And because the phrase we were brawling in tier 3, and there were only like I think 12 phrase or 13 phrase. So 21 members fighting for 13 phrase every week. There you have to leave out some people time to time. There needs to be some rotation. So people management is not easy, to be honest, because it's hard to please everyone, and everyone wants to participate, because on average you get to open like one gladiator pack a week, and who doesn't want that, right? Just by participating you get to open a free pack, and that's like power, free CP to players who are not putting so much into the game. It's just basically free CP. So there are demands or expectations that I have to meet as a Pig Monster Guild to Javi, the co-founder of Pig Monsters, right? So I always look up to the other Pig Monster Guild, like Pig Monsters Premier, Pig Monsters Champ, who are fighting against the top guilds like Immortal Gods. Even AAD used to be like even much higher in terms of ranking. Team Possible, Hyper Splinter. These are like some of the top guilds, like Legendary Wyverns, Dragons. So that's where I want to get to, but it's not. There's no fast track to the top, because it's very difficult to recruit good players as well as players who participate. If you are a whale and then you have like max collection, but you don't have time to play the game, so even if I recruit you, you don't brawl, then what's the point, right? Because players with that is like, I got no time to brawl, I don't even have time to play rank. So the fun, but I see a shift in the attitude of the players in my guild, where in the past everyone was really silent in the chat, in the guild chat. Everyone was just doing their thing, doing their own rank battles. We do not even talk. But now I have my guild chat is like buzzing almost every day. People are starting to open up a little bit more, because the game is international, right? I have players from South America, Asia, Southeast Asia, and language barrier could be a thing, which I also understand. But as players get to know one another and open up, I see my players and members talking about validator nodes, and as well as questions like, should I buy this card? Should I invest in this? Should I upgrade this splinter? And overall, I think the chemistry of the guild has improved over the last few months, and I think that is like a healthy sign for the game itself.
I agree 100%. And I think, it's strange. Like, we're experiencing the same thing. I think in the past, and I've seen this in other games too, the people that you invite are actually bots. So I play another game called Mir 4, and when I created my guild, it was flooded with bots, like literally flooded. And then I met some real players, and they said, hey, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to join us. And they are, again, one of the top guilds, very similar to Archmage Arias. But we have a blast. We have a lot of fun. The interaction is there. Discord is important, right? They want people to participate in Discord. They want people to participate in chat and interact and do things. And when you have that happen, the overall effectiveness of the guild rises dramatically.
Yep.
Right. And then you can start building, you start, focusing on your buildings and getting more players. I think there's this critical mass that occurs, and then people will come to you, right? With the reward changes, being in a guild is going to be critical, right? It's to get that bonus. You're going to want to belong to a guild that is established. Doesn't necessarily need to be a top guild, but it needs to be established and active. And I think you'll get better and better players because of it.
Yeah, and I think it's just human nature where better players attract better players, not just in terms of collection, but also like attitude and the attitude towards the game and how you approach the game itself. And you are attracted to not just power, but rather the community at times where, it's like, I think like what After Sound said, like, why did he join AADs? It's just that it's not just that the guild attracted me, it's more like the community within the guild attracted me. And because Darkestnyte's inside, I want to join him. There's like this attraction that pulls me in. Yeah. And then there's also this thing of law of averages where, as you recruit better players, everyone just improves at the same time. You pull along players that are not that, because, for example, if I'm just a silver player, right? I can't contribute much to my guild, but as my guild, recruits better players, gold league, diamond league, gold foil players, we get better rewards, we get better merits. I, as a silver player, get to open more Gladius pack, and my Gladius collection improves. I can then contribute more to my guild again, and this lifts the guild's quality up. Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, I think when you joined After Sound, and you see what happens when new players join, right? They all get, freaked out about the brawls, and they're like, hey, I want to get the brawls, and what do I always tell them every time? Like, dude, just relax, take it easy, have fun.
Yeah.
Get to know the rest of the guild, and then kind of figure out you don't have to win every brawl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Well, unless you name Ardenek, then yes. But
no,
I mean, she's a beast in the brawls, right? Yeah. But even if you lose, like it's super chill. We're just here to play a game. We're having fun. But and there are brawls that we get pummeled, and there are others that do really good, right? It's all randomized, and you got to do the best you can. Right. But it's still fun regardless. And you're still going to get some merits, and you're still going to get those crowns. So even if you have a bad, brawl, you're still going to be able to progress. The progression is what's important.